Hi guys, it's Mary. Welcome back. We're going to get started with lifestyle because it's the shortest category. For the last couple of months, I keep forgetting to tell you about this. This is my new favorite keto bread. You can buy it at the grocery store. I mean, it was only a matter of time, right, before they came out with an actual keto bread at the store, like a name brand you've heard of, Aunt Millie's. This is called Live Carb Smart. And looky here, one net carb. They have it in white and wheat. I have both in my freezer. It is expensive. It's almost $5 for this, but I swear to you, this does taste like bread. Even my mom, who doesn't eat keto stuff, said this is good because they were making fun of me for taking my own bread to the restaurant to swap out on my sandwich. Ta-da, end of lifestyle. Moving into skincare because that is the next shortest category. And first I want to show you these Sigma lip oils. And I have showed these to you already in another video. And I know that some bigger brands have lip oils and these are just as good. My favorite is this one. It's just clear. But if you ever want a little bit of a tint, they have these three right here. And I put these in skincare because they help my lips from being too dry and give me a little color if I want. I talked to you guys about Mighty Patch. It's the pimple patch. Talked to you guys about that before. Still love that. And then one of you suggested these. Look how this arrived, all bent up. It's like a Band-Aid box. Do you remember the old time Band-Aid boxes, the tins they came in? As you can see by looking at this, there's smaller ones and bigger ones, and these are different than these. If you're interested in actually treating the pimple, then get these, the Peter Thomas Roth. These have salicylic acid, tea tree oil, hyaluronic acid. It will dry you out though if you keep putting it on day after day, because I did that right here, and this is like scabby dry. You know, just a fair warning on that, that if you keep putting this on the same place every day, it's going to dry it out. And boy, did it do a good job at drying that out. So much so in here that my concealer is sticking. If what you're more interested in is drawing what's in the pimple out to the surface and keeping a patch on it so that you leave it alone, because my gosh, I'm a picker then I recommend these. I love having both of these in my arsenal, just using at different times. There, you guys know Fresh is that brand that I always go up to Octoly and look, scour for stuff that I either love already or want to try. Now, before I start rambling on about the products, I do have to tell you, because it's part of the deal, this was sent to me by Fresh and the Octoly Network. This caught my eye. I couldn't resist. I had to jump on it, especially since they were throwing it in together with this. I've got one open that I bought that I use. Love it. Okay, so this one's brand new and it's going to go into backup. You just shake it up. I use this at night along with a few other Fresh products. And one of those is this, except no, this is the new one. So here's the one that I use. Okay, this one is the Rose Deep Hydration Face Cream with Time Release Hydro Patches, moisturizes and nourishes. That's what I've got. That's what I bought. This is the new one. So this is no more, even though I do have a backup of this too, because like I said, I buy Fresh. This one, the new one, is Rose Deep Hydration Face Cream. But instead of saying with time release hydro patches, it says strengthening damask rose and duo of hyaluronic acids. So I had to open it, of course, because I have to try it. To me, they look exactly the same. I'm not a chemist, and the old ingredients for this one aren't online anymore, so I couldn't compare them to see exactly what changed. Can't really tell you if what the big difference between the new and improved is from this one, but this has hyaluronic acid in it. I would say that that is the difference. So you may not know this, but Fresh is at Ulta now. I know, right? If you're like me and you're obsessed with your Ulta cash rewards, you can get your Fresh at Ulta. The last skincare item that I have, and this little baby right here, okay, it just like totally passed up all of the Derma E products that I love and has now taken the #1 slot. If I get up in the morning, my eyes are really dry and I haven't had enough sleep or whatever, this actually works. I will put this on while I'm doing my eye makeup and take it off right before I get ready to do my face, and my eyes instantly look better underneath. This is not a whole lot of money. And favorite eye patches. From here on out, it's all makeup. Okay, let's start with a meh, because I don't have this in my possession. I will put it right here. This went back. I don't have it here because it never showed up on my face at all. I even took my brush and went back and forth, back and forth, back and forth till the product is all over it. It looked like I'd used it for about a year, except I hadn't hit pan. But I mean, it looked like I had been using it and still couldn't get any pigmentation on my face. While the packaging was gorgeous, heavy, luxury, beautiful. What was inside? I'm like, is this like the Emperor's new clothes? And I even mixed the two products together, the bronzer and the blush, and going over my face and going over me. I could never get it to show up. And I probably would have exchanged it when I took it back for a darker one, except, well, it's always sold out in the store. So this is one of my new favorite concealers. Definitely my favorite concealer from Lancome. And I know you guys know I loved Effacur's. This is better than Effacur's in my opinion. And I love pairing it with my Laura Mercier Secret concealer. I love this stuff here because it's sticky. So you know how a concealer will wipe off? You put concealer on, even if it's dry. You could wipe it off. But not with this. This Secret concealer, which that's not in the favorites this month. I've talked to you about this till the cows come home, but I'm just saying that when I put these together on my face, I don't need makeup at all. And when I say makeup, I'm talking about foundation. That's what makeup is to me, is foundation. Just something I used to say when I was young, and it's never gone away. But highly recommend, highly recommend. Danessa Myrick. Yes, this is a wonderful, creamy, oh my gosh, this is so creamy. But this is the lightest shade, and it is still just a little bit. I mean, I have to be very careful with this because it can get too orange on me. So I have to make sure that I use the right brush with this. But that is what I'm wearing today. I have on this Danessa Myrick bronzer. It's stunning. I wish they had it in just one more fair shade that was just a little bit more ashy than this. But can't knock it. If you loved the Chanel Universal, I'm talking about the original one, this one here is even creamier than that. But I mean, it's tops as a bronzer goes in the cream department. Now I still don't know if I've actually showed you the Milani video yet because other things had to be pushed out ahead of it. So if you've not seen it, I'm sorry I'm giving that away for you. I've got two products that made my favorites from that, and this is one of them. If you can't afford Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush bronzer, I really think that this feels like about the same formula. It goes on just as nice. I would say this is comparable to the, not the lightest shade, because that's the one I have, but the one just up from it. Okay, I think that this would be comparable with that. And I am in love with this bronzer. Since I'm talking about Milani, let me show you the best cream blush I own. This one right here. What I like about this versus all the others, and I don't know if you can tell by looking at it, is it's more creamy. So you know how a lot of the cream blushes are kind of sticky, so they don't want to move or spread very well? That's not the case with this. Look how my finger just glides. Do you see that? All the other cream blushes that I have a little bit of a stickiness to them, so when you try to spread them, you really kind of have to tap, tap, tap and work with them a little bit, and this one is the same. It's the Hourglass one that broke in here because I dropped it just a second ago. So not only do I have a $45 blush that I don't think is that, it's good. Don't get me wrong. It is a good blush. Let me push that down in there, okay? What a shame. If you're used to cream blushes, you probably would really like this one. For me, it's just a muh. First of all, I can't get over the $45 price tag, and you just saw how much was in it. I would think this blush, personally, would be worth $45 versus this one. But what do I know? I'm not a cream blush expert. I do have a few that I really like. If Hourglass had priced this at maybe $20 or even $25, I would be more in line with it. Before we move out of blush, and Lord, please don't let me drop this one. This is my Pat McGrath blush. It's the only one that I'll ever buy, but I did want to have one. Wanted to see what the scuttlebutt was about, and the one I wanted was this. Now, in my Sephora video, I was surprised when I opened it at the shade that I had, because I thought I picked up Divine Rose, and what I picked up was Divine Blush. The shade was not Divine Rose. So I went and exchanged it, and I've got this, and I love it so much. Charlotte Tilbury's Setting Powder, the Compact. Okay, I'm hanging on to this for dear life because I had this once before. And I didn't really get to give it a workout because I dropped it on the floor and I busted it. And let me tell you, it doesn't take much to make this baby crumble. It is a lovely powder. The thing that I have against it is, where is the puff? Okay, for that kind of money and that little powder, we couldn't have a puff for this, because this is what I would want to take with me in my purse. I have to take a brush if I want to use it. I'm going to hang on to it for dear life because I surely don't want to drop it. But I got to tell you, I think that this is coated this way on purpose, so you will drop it on the floor and have to buy another one. Don't worry, I'm not going to pull up all the Sigma stuff that I got in this collection and show you again. But I do want to tell you that these lip glosses don't have that horrible frayy brush on the end anymore. These two new ones that came in the Ambient collection now have a doe fit. Thank you, Sigma. Oh dear, look what I did. I just adore these. They feel wonderful. This is the one I have on. It's Brilliance. So I have Brilliance on. I absolutely adore Sigma's formula for their lip glosses, and I couldn't be happier that now they have a doe foot. So I have 3 eyeliners for you to replace Milk. As you know, we are also very sad that Milk decided, for what stupid reason I can't imagine. I mean, really, there's nothing else I like at Milk well enough to go there. And anyway, I liked it in all the colors, okay, except the sparkle ones. But my favorites were CEO, which was brown, Biz, which was navy, and Boss, this one right here. It's not over with yet because I've been using other eyeliners trying to find something, because this is my last one, to replace this. You guys have sent me some suggestions. I've not been able to try them all, but I'm here to tell you about 3 that actually work. And when I say that, I mean, a lot of times you will take an eyeliner, and no matter how careful you are about getting it in your tight line, it will transfer when you blink down to your waterline. That was the advantage of a Milk liner. These 3 I have here, they don't. The first one is Sigma's. And this has a long comb cap on it because I lost the cap to the Sigma one day and I couldn't find it. So I love this pencil so much, I sacrificed a long comb liner to have a cap. This is their retractable eyeliner in Wicked. This is the pencil I was using before this. The reason I liked this over this one, it was just the matter of the size of the crayon. So if Sigma is watching, you know how you can get this? Just make this pencil a tiny bit smaller. Because the only gripe I have with this pencil is when I come into my inner waterline, I tend to make a little mess. Just a little bit thick. For people like me who have a little bit of a shaky hand or can't get your liner in the inner corner without making a mess. So that was the only thing I liked about the Milk over this. I mean, the price is right for this. It stays, it doesn't transfer, it's creamy, it's black as all get out, and love it. The next one I just tried, one of you suggested that I try it, so I did in the Milani video, and it's called Stay Put. I've had a pretty good time with it as far as going up, not transferring, and staying. And this one here I have fallen hard in love with. It is about the same price as the Milk. But this one here is perfect. I love this one so much. It's from Patrick Starr's brand, One Size, and it's called Point Made. It is a sharpen, which I gotta admit, I do like more. I like a sharpened pencil better than a retractable because I always know where I'm at on the pencil. One thing I really hate is when you're using a retractable pencil and then, oh my gosh, you're out and didn't know, right? And you're almost afraid to run it up and see how much you got because it could break off or not go back down. So that's the advantage of this one over the Sigma one. These were sent to me by Laura Mercier. Thank you so much. You guys hit it out of the park with these. These are their new Caviar sticks. They're called Roseglow. They are shimmery metallic rosy goodness. All of these look stunning and they go good together. Now the highlighter is limited edition, guys. So if you want this, you better jump up there and get it. I don't think the sticks are, but this definitely is. And this is worth it. This is worth it for an eyeshadow that won't stop if you don't want to use it as a highlight. I used this and 2 of these on my eye look today. Okay, so this is my eye look. This is my eye look. I'm not silly enough to think that everybody that's watching this is rich and can afford to go get all of these. Okay. If you have to choose and you can only get 2, I would get these 2 and this highlighter. And that's how I did this eye look today. I would get this one here. This was called Wild Rose. That's Wild Rose. And this one is the contrasting darker color to this, and it is called Rose Thorn. Picture these 2 together. And then this highlighter, I just put it on my finger and I just tapped right over in the inner corner of my eye over the top of this and made it blinding. And that's how I arrived here today. I think when you think of high-end French makeup, don't you think of Lancôme and Laura Mercier? I do. And the more I try of Laura Mercier, the more they're winning me. I'm telling you. Just gotta say, I hope you know you're the best part of the Fritzy family, and if you're not having a blessed day, the way to get one is to go be a blessing to somebody else. And until next time, love you, see ya, bye, and I'm out.
To have something on there that I either want to try for you and me. That sounded like a robot. And me. But also, if there's something that I drew, is there something that I'll choo and do a highlighter. What do you want for Christmas? Thank you, Rose and Octoly Network, for sending this to me. This was sent to me courtesy of for Rose. It was sent to me by Rose. So you can get your ultra reward. No. Do that. Yeah, do that again, Mary. That looks so attractive when you do that. No. All my other cream blushes, they don't have that much creaminess to them. They all have a stickiness. And maybe you like that. If you do, it's probably broke now. But I don't want to pay $38 for every Pat McGrath. Pat McGrath. I want to tell you all the story about a man named Jed, a poor mountaineer, but he kept his family fed. I've sang that before, and I bet you're sick of it. Too bad, because I can't think of anything else. Fool I am. It's hot in here. Oh, can't stand it when things roll away under the desk. Why are you doing this to me? I bet you're out of focus. Oh no, catch the temper tantrum. I'm picking things up with my feet. Ah! Gosh darn, I've been wrestling with Laura Mercier under the desk.